Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good women bestride our downfall in birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dollar.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no believe. And what I can redress, as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may discern of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. Oh. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell, though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there, where I can find my doubts, why in that rawness left you husband and children, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking. Good may you, and not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Fare thee well, lady. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst.
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever by her that shall succeed.
And what should she be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice, so grafted that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as a lamb, being compared to my confineless heart.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, false, deceitful, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your husbands, and your sons could not fill up the cistern of my lust and my desire. Better Macbeth than such an one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty and yet seem cold. The time you may so hoodwink, we have willing consorts.
Enough, were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels and this other's house, and my more having would be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows more with pernicious root than summer-seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings yet. Fear not, Scotland hath poisons to fill up your will.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, temperance, mercy, patience, courage, stableness, fortitude. I have no relish of them. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth. If such an one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since that, the truest issue of thy throne, by her own interdiction stands accursed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees than on her feet died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils that thou repeat'st upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Our hopes end here.
MacBeth, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, hath sought to win me into his power, but thought above deal between thee and me. For even now, I put myself to thy direction, unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach old Seward, with 10,000 warlike men already at a point was setting forth. Now we'll together, and chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile.
More anon.
See who comes here.
My countryman.
My ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Good God, be time to remove the means that makes us strangers.
Lady, amen.
Stands Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother but our grave, where nothing who knows nothing has once seemed to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is there scarce asked for who.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my husband?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not better at their peace.
No, They were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not niggard of your speech, how goes?
I have words that would be held out in the desert air where hearing should not match them.
What concern they? The general cause?
The main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly let me have it.
Your castle is surprised. Your husband and children savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven.
My children, too.
Husband, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My husband killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
She has no children. What all, my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hildred! All? Would all my pretty chickens and their dame at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel as a woman. I cannot but remember those things that were most precious to me. What? Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were slain for thee. Not that I am. Not for their demerits, but for mine, fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not your heart, enrage it.
Gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length, set him, if he scape. Heaven forgive you too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the English king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking.
I have 2 nights watched with you, yet can perceive no truth in your report. When was it last she walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write a prompt, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That so which I will not report against her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor to anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her. She seemed thus washing her hands. I had known her to continue in this a quarter of an hour. Here's the spot.
Oh, harsh, she speaks.
Out. And spot. Out, I say. 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Is murky.
Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier and a fear.
It's me we hear who knows if we run in all our power to account. Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Oh, do you mark that?
The thing of Fife had a husband. Where is he now? But will his hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You are always starting.
Oh, go to, you know what you should not.
She has spoken, I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what she is in home.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little head.
is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice.
Janet, put on the nightgown, look not so pale. I tell you, he has a young maid once buried. He cannot come out from his grave.
Even so.
There's knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. It's done, not to be undone.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Look after her. Remove from her all means of annoyance, yet still keep eyes upon her. And so, good night. But my mind she has mated and amazed my sight, I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, her uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them for their dear cause would the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood will we well meet them, that way are they coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with her sister?
For certain, sir, she is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's daughter, and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of war.
What does the tyrant Macbeth?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some call him mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. His secret murders, sticking on his hands, now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarvish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start when everything that is within him does condemn itself for being there? Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed.
Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. To Burnham Wood, remove Duduncinane, I cannot take with fear. What's the child Malcolm? Was she not born of a woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, MacBeth. No one that's born of a woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false names, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. Ooh! The devil damn thee black, thou green-faced loon, where gotst thou that goose look?
There is 10,000.
A geese? Villain, forget!
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face, and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered child. What soldiers hatch death of thy soul? Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear. What soldiers, white-face?
The English force, so please you.
Take that face out. Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say! Oh, this push will cheer me ever, or de-seat me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, the troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead curses. Not loud, but deep. Mouth honor, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satin,
What is your gracious pleasure?
what news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Oh, send out more horses. Oh, skirt the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Ha ha! Come, give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled by thick-coming fancies that do keep her from her rest.
We'll cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Well, throw physic to the dogs, all none of it. Come, put on my armor. Doctor, the things fly from me. Come, give me my sword. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it. to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again! Pull it off, I say! Ooh, what rhubarb, senna, or purgative drug would scour these English heads? Hast thou of them?
My good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me!
I will not be afraid of death and bane
Till Burnham Forest! Come to Dunsinane! See upon a smiling land, where the wealth of nations stand, where prosperity and industry walk ever hand in hand, where so many.
were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here. Oh God.
I hope the days are near at hand that chambers will be safe.
We doubt it nothing.
What wood is this?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery ere in report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things, whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will, with due decision, make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative to their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues Stross must arbitrate, towards which advance the war! Advance the war! Advance the war! Advance the
Oh, no. Hang out our banners on the outward walls. Oh, the cry is still they come. Our castle strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here, let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours? Oh, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in't. I have supped full with horrors, direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a work. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Grace. In this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all of our yesterdays have light fools the way to a dusty death. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, Sarah.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath, it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speaks false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou ask for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. How wood comes toward Dunsinane. If this which she avouches does appear, there is nor flying hence, nor tarrying here. Begin to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone.
At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Worthy uncle shall with my cousin, your right noble daughter, lead our first battle. Worthy MacBeth and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Very well. Do we but find out the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. Well, but bear-like, I must fight the course. Would he that was not born of a woman? Well, such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Oh, thou wilt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than he is in hell.
Oh, well, my name's Macbeth.
Devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No more fearful.
Thou liest, thou poor tyrant. With my sword, I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
I was born of a woman, but swords I smile at. Weapons laugh to scorn. That's brandished by a man that's of a woman born.
That weapon noises. Tyrant, show thy face. Now he is slain, and with no stroke of mine, my husband and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hard to bear their staves. No, either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
The tyrants people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself professes to be yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us. Have been forfeit.
God's soldier be she. Had I as many children as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death.
Why should I play the Roman fool? And die on mine own sword, whilst I see lives. The gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn.
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. God, get thee back! Oh, my soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Oh, thou losest labor. As easy mayst thou the entrenched air with thy keen sword impress as make me bleed. I bear a charming life, which must not yield to one of a woman born.
Dispel thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from her mother's womb untimely ripped.
No! Cursed be that tongue that tells me so. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield, coward, and live to be the show and gaze at the time. We'll have thee as a rare monster dog painted on a pole around the wrist. Here, may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet and to be baited with the rabble's curse. The Burnham Wood become to Dunsinane, and thou, opposed, being of no woman born yet, I will try the last. Before my body, I throw my warlike shield. Lay on Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold! Enough!
see thee compassed in thy kingdom's pearl, who speak my salutation in their minds, but whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honour named. What's more to do which would be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher, and his fiend-like queen who, as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off her life this, and what needful else, By the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Sco.